Hi, good morning. Oh, no, afternoon. This is Cuixia speaking, and this is my mentor, Shelly.
Hi.
So we just watched my teaching video because when I was teaching, she was also teaching for my for the year 10 group. So she watched my video for my teaching.
Yeah, I watched the year 10 video for Miss Wu's teaching. Yeah.
Okay, so should we go to one standard by standard? So we have 10 standards, right? Do
Okay.
you want to, yeah, and our first standard. So do you want to talk about it? How do you feel?
I feel so it's this one, yeah.
Yes.
I feel the video is of very good quality. The picture and sound is very clear, and I can see that you made annotations to it, so it's very self-explanatory. And I see that you have designed a range of activities, and I think that's based on your understanding of students' abilities and interests.
Okay, thank you. What do you think about the design? Does it implements the instruction method to the cognitive and linguistic, social, emotional, and physical needs for all students in the class?
Definitely. I can see that, first of all, it's a language lesson, so and I can see that you trained them in their language skills such as listening, reading, writing, and speaking. But I also saw that you designed a brain break for them, which also attended their social, emotional, and physical needs. They did need that break to refresh their mind a little bit before further learning.
Thank you. I agree with you. That's true. You know, for a long time sitting and just reading, you definitely will need that break. And I just don't tell them that's a break. Actually, you know, you still give us some task for them to do. So they will, okay, so we can just move around.
Yeah, it's a good strategy not to tell them.
That's good. Thank you. And for the learning difference, there's two students were not here in that lesson. I also added to the video, and I told you one was in the Tanzania for the field trip. Okay. Another one was because his mom broken her hand. Do you remember? He went back to the Korea. So both of them not here. But for my so that student who went to Tanzania was the slower learner.
I see.
So he was not here. But you definitely see my focus student in that video.
Yeah.
He was like so, he loves to get attention from other people. So
I can see that.
That's why I always stand by his table.
Okay.
And I always want to make sure does he understand what we're doing right now?
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's another student who was his friend.
Okay.
They were trying to like interact with each other.
Okay.
So I said them is like they cannot see each other face by face.
Okay.
That's why these students sit over there and back to that student. So they're in different groups. So so I think that is a good way for the students that don't interact with each other. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a very good strategy to change the seating plan so that some negative behavior can be avoided because of the seating plan. So I think you did very well in not making the two students to see each other.
Thank you. Yeah, and as you can see in the video, I was walking to his table and also walked to his friend's table because both of them kind of away in the class. One is very lazy to do writing, and another one is too active in the classroom. So yeah, I was just check in, check out with them.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Overall, I think the learning environment is a positive learning environment, and I can see that the interactions they have are respectful. They are respectful to you, and they are also respectful to each other.
Thank you very much. And we have formative assessment. As you can see in the video, we have a question part.
Yes.
And the imitative writing.
Yes.
So two of them are my formative assessment.
Yeah.
Because their notebook will return to me. I will check their work.
Yeah.
So that is a formative assessment.
Yeah.
For the summative assessment, we are going to have test on Thursday for writing.
Okay.
So that is summative writing. So
Okay.
because we have a unit test.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And let's see about our learning and self-motivation. For this part, yes, I know. For example, I think what I did is the students have their own decision at the beginning of the class. They have 3 options for set them down for the class, 7 minutes preparation. So one choice is do the dictation, another choice is practice their vocabulary on the last lesson. Then the third choice is free reading. So this is 3 choices they can do. So I think that is make the students to do what they wanted to do. Is kind of optional. So I think it's good to have let the students to set his own goal or her own goal.
Yeah, I can see what you did, and I can see that by having a choice, they take the initiative to carry on their study. Yeah. So I think that's a good thing to let students to have options, and also it's important that all the options are leading to their learning objectives, and I think you did it. Yeah,
okay, thank you. Yeah. And the same time for the collaboration, so we have the question part.
Yes.
And do you remember we have the deeper reading comprehension? So I have the students, I guide them together. I ask a question, and I will let the students to talk about it with their elbow partner or face partner or in the table. Yeah. So I think that.
Yeah, I think that's the part I enjoyed a lot. I like it how you use elbow partner and face partner, and I can see that you use it on a regular basis. So they are very familiar with the terms and they know immediately what to do once you give the instructions. And I can see 100% of collaboration there. So I think you did well in collaboration. And also you via these cooperation, you led them into a deeper learning because they ask and they answer. They don't just answer. So that's deep learning.
Yeah, I agree with you, and also kind of guide them to do the imitative writing, because those questions can relate to their own personal experience when they ask the question, right?
Yeah.
So that is to have a personal experience on it, and when they do their writing, it's not just to copy the sample on the textbook. They can have some creative productions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And next part will be content and knowledge. What do you think about this part? Do you have any questions?
I think you did. You linked the learning today to what they have learned before. You did that especially at the beginning part when you showed them their learning objectives. You also did it from time to time, I think, during the lesson. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I agree with you. So I think one thing I did is the first one, for the warming up part, that is kind of a make a connection to previous knowledge.
Yeah.
And the second part is about the imitative writing, because last lesson we learned the structure, and this lesson I just recall those memory about the structure and do the deeper for the specific writing.
Yes, you did.
Okay. All right, thank you. And application of content, I think we have, because we just wrote essay, right?
Yeah.
So I think that is application about the content, because the content is introduce a pet, and we just did it in the class. It's a formative assessment. So I think we already put it in a practical way.
Okay.
Yeah, and the students also have the real world questions about. We have questions like, do you have a pet? Or do you want to have a pet? Or you used to have a pet? So I think that part related to our practical real world.
I heard, I watched you asking them questions about whether they want to have a pet, or did they raise a pet before? So that's engaging them in real life experiences, and I think that will be more engaging, and that helps to solve problems in practical lives.
So I think my problem is like I don't have real question over there. So actually, I had it in my planning. I'm say to talk about like the difference between different country to raise a pet,
okay.
right? So I think I don't have it in my last teaching video because I really don't have enough time to let them to talk about it. But I did have it in my planning, and I will going to add this part in my reflection part.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
Thank you. And assessment, we already talked about it.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah,
and the planning for instruction. So I think you can see for my whole planning and for my teaching in the video. My perspective, I can clearly see my normals and the structures of my teaching, beginning and activity and summary.
Yeah. I can see that your planning is very clear, and I think you applied your planning very well.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Smoothly.
Okay, and instruction strategy. So I think we kind of talked about it because, engage students in assess their progress. Yes, after we have all content learning, we did a little bit summary, so they know do they achieve it or not. And when I was giving instruction, let them to do writing, I make a connection to our learning target, our learning object, so they know what they need to achieve if they wanted to do it. Okay. All right. So we are good with that. The next profession. Oh, I think that's all because this one is what we did now. What we're doing now is like
I see.
Okay. So
there's
another one? Okay, that's another one.
Leadership and collaboration.
So this is I think this is about my in school, like as a teacher's role. It's not in the classroom.
I see.
Yeah. Do you have any other questions about this teaching video?
No.
Okay. No. All right. I think we are good about it. And thank you very much for your time. And
you're welcome.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.